Hello, my friends. Looking forward to spending a few minutes with you today. I took the day off. I have a vacation day on this Friday. Love that. So I'm sitting here with my pile of vendor empties, my iced coffee that I made myself, and it's so good. It is my favorite coffee maker, which is PJ's Coffee, which is in New Orleans, based out of New Orleans, which is where I'm from. So, and this is in Southern Wedding Cake. It doesn't need sugar. It doesn't need cream. It's just deliciousness. Oh my goodness, that's good. All right, so want to jump in. I said that I concentrate a lot on vendor wax since my last empties. I am trying to get through a lot of stuff because I enjoy getting new scents. But I got to use up what I have when I'm bringing stuff in. So I did get through quite a bit. It doesn't seem like a ton, but you know, when you start seeing how many bags of stuff. Now, they were not full bags. They were all bags that had already been started because most of them are from 2021. So they were bags that had already been started, maybe had a few pieces left, and I'm like, I got to finish them. Or they got started maybe even like early summer, late spring, things like that. And I was like, you know what, time to move on with these and make room for opening up new ones. So I'm going to jump in here. I did talk, if you watched my Scentsy empties, I talked about how I had done banana nut bread mixed with apple and oats and how great it was. And I said I would, at the same time, I had done a vendor one that had banana in it. So here I finished it. It was from Britta's Creepy Treasures, and it was my custom that I did of Rustic Lodge, banana walnut cake, crackling birch, and vanilla bean marshmallow. Super, super, super good. I actually finished it yesterday because I know I have it going right now in the sunroom, and I walked in there this morning to, let the dog out, let Xena out. And when I walked in there, I was like, wow, it smells good in here. And I couldn't think of what it was at the time, but I looked at the color and I was like, oh, that's my custom. So very, very good. I loved it. And then the only other one that I finished from Britta's, it was, I believe it was like the little skeleton head. It was called The Mask, and it was pumpkin zucchini bread, blackberry jam butter cookies, cider lane, and marshmallow bomb. So finished those two. Then I'm going to move on to Rose Girls. I tried really hard to concentrate on some Rose Girls. There's a few that I'm leaving for next spring, and my intention is that's going to be like the first things I grab for in the spring, because I've got like lemonade and some other scents that I was like, no, I don't want to feel like I wasted them by trying to get through them really quickly kind of thing, which, not that I wasted these, but you know me and lemon. I want to really, really enjoy those. So I think they will survive until then. If I have to triple bag them, I will. But I did get through a lot of these. Like I said, they were all open, used, whatever. Like the lemonade I have is, I think I might have used 2 cubes out of the whole thing. I'm like, no, it's still pretty intact. So this was a sample I got. I actually got it in June, and it was strawberry pound cake carbs. I did this one at the same time I did something else from another vendor. This one that had strawberry in it. So I did like the Rose Girls one I did in the kitchen, and then this one I added to some warmers in the dining room. And this was from Sassy Girl Aroma. It's called Date Night, sweet strawberries, vanilla ice cream, and peach nectar. And I only had enough for the Vino warmer, a vendor warmer, and the Yankee candle. And then I put something else in the Scentsy curve warmers. So I did those two. Back to Rose Girls. I did this one obviously in the morning in the kitchen. I did lattes with Ghoul Friends. Very good. I really liked lattes with Ghoul Friends. It performed wonderfully. That's one that would have performed longer than, let's say, 4 hours. I probably got somewhere between 6 and 7 out of that one. I finished, this one was from back in December of last year. I finished Blackberry Rain. I think I used some of it in like the bathroom and then some in the mudroom, and that pretty much probably did what I had left of it. I only had a few pieces left of Lemon Rice Krispie Treats, which is lemon, marshmallows, and cereal. It's from back in July of last year. So I only had a couple little pieces left to finish that one. Oh my goodness. Luckily, I still have some of this one, and what I have left is in my bedroom. It is so good. In fact, I think I finished this one in my bedroom, and even my husband said, wow, the bedroom smells really good. He's like, what is that? It was this Rose Girls Speechless and Stainless Steel. I wouldn't have thought, I mean, I like Speechless and I like Stainless Steel. I don't know, I wouldn't have thought that it was going to be all that great. It is fantastic. It was from October of last year. And yeah, I would absolutely pick up more of this one. And I'm super glad that I have at least another bag of it. I did, what did I do this with? Let's see. I'm wondering if there was a vendor one. It might have been, I think I had, I cannot remember. I did this one in the sunroom. Maybe I just filled the sunroom with this, because I've added another warmer in the sunroom too. So I really could use up a lot in the sunroom right now. But you know, you think it's a long room. It's not like super deep, but it's long. Dogs in there. It's full of windows, so it needs as much help as it can get. So I did Speechless Sorbet, which is Speechless and Mango Sorbet. This one was actually from January of this year, but I finished it anyways, and oh my goodness, that was really, really nice. Because being the mango sorbet and stuff, I was like, I don't want to hold this one until, because it didn't have a ton, but I didn't want to hold this one until next summer, thinking I would have to. So I went ahead and used it, and I would definitely get that one again. I did this one, but I also did it at the same time as another vendor's. I had from Rose Girls, I had a bag of tea and cakes, but I also had a clam of tea and cakes from K Scented Melts. So I kind of like put this in warmers, and like I probably put some of this like in my Accord warmer, that kind of thing, and then put this in like the Yankee Candle, that kind of thing. So finished that, and I finished this one. I must not have finished the other one. I did Shipwrecked, but I also have like Gilligan's Brew, and I probably used some in combination, but I wound up having less maybe, I guess, of Shipwreck, so I finished that one. So that's all the Rose Girls. Then for Hayden Rowe, I finished, it was a souffle of black coconut. Wow. I tell you what, this one, maybe because I did it like all in one room. I did it in the sunroom. On cold, even I told my youngest, I said, smell this. And he's like, ooh, that smells good. It is. It smells really, really good. And it smelled great warming. But I think because I used the whole thing in the sunroom, and coconut for me is one of those things that I think I like in smaller portions, it kind of became like too much for me after a while. It lasted for a long time, but it was kind of like that coconut scent it became too much for me to handle. So I really liked it. The lesson I learned was don't put it all in one room. And then the other one from Hayden Rowe that I finished was a Ducky Dozen of Black Sea Barber. Another beautiful one. I loved Black Sea Barber. It was really, really good. Then I have two from L3 Waxy Wonders. I finished up, this one is called Purple Sandalwood, And if you watch my videos, you would have seen that I had added purple sandalwood in a custom that I did from K Scented Melts. And I think it's with lavender. Is it lavender satin? Lavender. Can I see it from here? No, I probably left it in the sunroom. Lavender something. Anyways, you can watch that video where my last one where I had some customs from K, and it was lavender something with purple sandalwood. So what I did was this was a trig tart. I had a few pieces left. I cut up the pieces. I had enough to put in the a cord warmer in the sunroom. And then like the last two pieces, I put one little piece in one of the other warmers that I have. And I added a purple, the custom. And then in the two Yankee candles, I had one piece left. So one of them got this plus the custom. And then the other one just got the custom. So that did really, really well also. I enjoyed that. And then this was a coffee scent from L3 Waxy Wonders of salted caramel espresso pecan pie. I'm trying to remember. This might have been one of those. I think this was one of those pies that came out for Pie Day. So what, 3/14, right? March 14th. This was good. I enjoyed it. I got several uses out of it in the kitchen. I enjoyed that. I love coffee scents, so it's hard to mess up coffee for me. I mean, there's a few where I'm not too crazy about them, but I tend to enjoy them. This was a little 2-pack of, I think, hearts maybe. It was from Empire Alchemy in Sapphire Nights, which is Calabrian, bergamot, pink peppercorn, peppermint, and vetiver. I did this one. I put the two. I switched out the warmers that I have in the half bath. I had a Scentsy, which I would put that little paper cup in. So I would tend to not put more than 2 cubes. So I switched it out and I put a Yankee in there that'll hold more. And that's what I've been using. And I put the 2 pieces in there. And I'm not going to say I didn't smell it. I did, but I didn't get enough of a throw in my bathroom for this. So I don't know if I have had very bad luck with Empire Alchemy. I don't know if it's just that Empire Alchemy doesn't work for me in my home, or possibly that I should be using tea lights and I'm not. I prefer not to. I mean, I'm not opposed to using a tea light, but I'm not going to use it on a daily basis. It's just not my favorite mode of doing my wax. Especially because if I'm working all day, I don't want to be worried about something that has a lit candle under it. So I prefer the warmers. So I still have a bag of Empire Alchemy kind of samples like this, and I don't know, maybe I'll send one to my sister, see if it does well for her, and if it does, then I'll give her the rest, because I don't want to waste them. Then I have from the Bathing Garden, I did 2. I've said before, they send a ton of samples, and I know I had picked up some stuff from the Halloween kind of collection last year, and I would have gotten a ton of samples. So I believe these were samples, and I still have almost a drawer full of them. That's how many I received over probably 2 orders. So this was Oh My Gourd and Sprinkled Pumpkin Donut, and I would have done each in a warmer in the kitchen, and I did something else in the Yankee that I put in the kitchen. These did really, really well. I know people have said, you need to let their stuff sit for about a year, and that may be very true, because maybe not every scent needs that, but these did really, really well, and I've had them for a year. So, and I didn't double bag them or anything, so they did really, really well. This was a large clamshell, basically, that I had gotten from them from last year's summer collection. I think it was a summer collection, during that time, let's say. And this one's called Mother Nature. Really, really good. I have two Yankee Candle warmers in the sunroom, and then I added like a hot plate warmer, but I take the dish off. Sometimes I find that the dishes get like the minutest, maybe it's a crack or something, because I find that eventually I'll start to see like some wax on the plate. So I actually have, and this is easier for me, I found these dishes that are non-stick, like big tart pans, and they're bigger than the ones that you get, let's say, at Amazon, right? Because I have those. These are bigger. I mean, these practically fit that hot plate completely. So I can fit a lot in one of those, and I have multiples of it. So I just have one on the side and one that's on. So I'll let it harden. It easily pops out, and then I'll change it. So it's almost like having another Yankee Candle warmer, basically, for me in there. It's another large plated dish. So the last three that I had of these, I put one in each of the Yankees and one in that other hot plate warmer. And then I put something else coordinating in my Accord warmers. So, and this did really well. I could smell it very well. In fact, by the next day, I wouldn't say that it was like throwing in the sunroom really, really well, but when I would approach, let's say, the Yankee Candle warmer, I could smell it. Not from far away, but as I got close. So, but it did do well. Then from Super Tarts, I wanted to use one of the coffees. I've been trying to get through some of my coffees because as much as I like it, I have purchased quite a bit of coffee scents. So I need to start. That's probably why I added, I know that's why I added a Yankee Candle warmer in the kitchen, because the pantry is going to get warmers, but it's not ready yet. We're still in chaotic confusion in the house where there's stuff everywhere. My sister had mentioned, hey, you need to put your pumpkin out. And I went and looked for it. And I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person, well, our house is always a mess, but it just is. But when I organize, that's when I lose things, right? Like if before I organize, if you said, hey, where's such and such? I'll be like, oh, it's in the blah, blah, blah. Go look in the corner over there, whatever, right? But once I organize and you say, hey, where is I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I obviously put it in a safe place. So safe that I don't know where it is now. Well, that's what happened to the big pumpkin. It sat in the mudroom in the corner for a long time. And I wanted to add this little mini table so that I could put a hot plate warmer on it. So I was moving things out of there. I was organizing. I've been moving things around. I don't know when I moved it, but I moved the pumpkin and now it's safe from me because I have no idea. I went and looked upstairs in the room above the garage where I have stuff stored. Didn't find it there. Looked in here, which is kind of hard to do because there's still stuff everywhere. Didn't find it. I would say look in the dining room, but right now the dining room has so many boxes in it from stuff that has been packed from the kitchen and the pantry that I don't think it's in there. It's not in the mudroom anymore. I'm like, I don't know where it is. I went and looked. I gave a quick glance in the garage. Didn't find it there. So eventually, probably after Thanksgiving, I'll probably find that pumpkin and it'll be too late to put it up and, But I digress. We'll go back to what I was saying. I need to get through some of my coffee stuff. So I did from Super Tarts, Vermont's Best, which is coffee and maple sugar. Trying to remember if this was one that I think it did okay. I don't think it was, I think this is the one that my husband didn't like. So I kind of left it on the side and I finally said, oh, hubby's at work. He's not going to smell it because it'll be dead before he gets home. Let me put it in, get it done. I think that's what Vermont's Best was. This one I did because she had it coming up in the pre-order. And I was like, I really like the way it smells on cold. Let me warm it and see if I like it enough to get more. And that was Arrow. An arrow is black pepper, moss, silver birch, peppermint, and rain. And yes, I did. I did like it. I thought it smelled really, really good. So I got some more of that. And let's see, from one of my favorite vendors. The owner is just the sweetest lady, bends over backwards for her customers. I can never say enough good things about her. It is Made to Melt, and the owner is Sis, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful person. And when it comes to the owners, the vendors, I'd say my two favorites are going to be Sis from Made to Melt and Carla from K Scented Melts. I've had conversations with other vendors, and I think they're super sweet. I think Britta is very, very nice. I know that Jenny Oaks is very nice. I know Jennifer Westing is very, very nice. They're all right. The two ladies from The Pharmacist's Daughter, you know, they are very helpful. They're nice. They all are. But I think all of us have people that we connect with more than others, right? So I connect with Sis and with Carla the most. So I love them all, but they're probably my favorites. Anyways, from Made to Melt, I had, from a recent order that I did, she had sent me a couple of samples, and one of them was pumpkin and maple crunch cakes. And the other one was pumpkin bars. Well, I wasn't going to let these sit too long because, you know, they both had melt after, let's see, one says melt after 9:12, and the other one, I think says 9:12, might say 9:13, not sure. The writing is kind of small. But I was like, if I wait too long, then it's going to be too late, and I'm not waiting until next year. So I went ahead and put these two in the kitchen one day, and delicious. Very, very, very good. I probably liked pumpkin and maple crunch cakes more than the pumpkin bar, but that's just me. That is a personal preference. I thought they both did really well. They smelled awesome. They threw great. This one, oh gosh, I did this one in combination, like I was doing different scents, and I'm trying to remember where I put this one. I don't know if it was the kitchen or the dining room. It was from, if I remember, V-Day sampler. It was from the Valentine's sampler, and it was Dip Me in Chocolate. I really didn't think I was going to like this. I really didn't think I would like it, because the minute it said Dip Me in Chocolate, I was like, oh, chocolate. I don't usually like chocolate in wax, but it did really well. I can't smell anything in the bag, but it did really well. I enjoyed it, and I would get it again. This one, my nose didn't really want to smell that much. You know, we all know there are hit and misses in terms of what we can smell and what we can't smell. Some things just perform better for one person than it does for another. This one, it didn't perform all that great for me. This one was peanut butter French toast. Cold, smelled great. Loved it. But warm, I just didn't really pick it up that much. Then I had some, let's see, these three were all from the Easter sampler. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not waiting until next spring for these. So let me kind of put these in. I might have did it around the same time I did the Dip Me in Chocolate. Because they're all like sweeter kind of scents. And so I did, let's see, duck treats. And at this point, I probably should have made notes. I should have did like Natalie, who writes notes on her stuff. I tend to try to remember, and a lot of times I do remember what I think about a scent. But, you know, after a while with so many, sometimes you just don't. So duck treats, bunny cakes, because I know there was probably one in here that I liked more than the others, but I can't remember. And after Easter dinner. And I really don't remember, and I don't want to sit here and try to smell them all, but they all would have been a bakery kind of scent. I wish I could remember. I really can't, but I know that one of them I liked more than the other. And then, ooh, love this. I asked for a, I believe, I believe this was yes, this was like a little mini loaf. I got this a while back because it says melt after 11/15/2021. So this was one that I was like, I need to use it up. It was in pumpkin peanut brittle. It was a little mini loaf. Oh, I love pumpkin peanut brittle, and hers is fantastic. It smells really, really good. It has that kind of intense scent that you want to get from the pumpkin peanut brittle. Very, very good. Definitely. I think I probably did get more. If I didn't, I'm going to hit myself, but I'm pretty sure I did. Then from the Pharmacist's Daughter, I've got some more stuff that I used up. I don't remember this one. I remember warming it. I just can't remember what I thought of it. It was Apparition, Blackberry Magnolia, Sweet on Paris, Pink Sugar. I wish I could remember. I really can't remember what I thought of that one. I can't even remember where I did that one. Again, trying to get through a lot of this stuff. This one is Boogeyman, which is Beechwood Vetiver, Asian Sandalwood, White Clouds. This one I know I would have done in the half bath because I remember thinking when I walked into the bathroom that I could really smell the white clouds, which has to me a clean laundry-ish kind of scent to it. So this one performed really well in the half bath. I thought it did really well. It might even be the one that I did where I felt like I had to kind of leave the door a little more open because I think the white clouds was really coming out. I remember this one was very, very good. Of course, it's got coffee in it. But this is her Cauldron Bubble. Now, I think these were all from last year's. This one would have been, I think, from last year's Halloween sampler or Halloween Advent. Cauldron Bubble, which was coconut crack and coffee house. I love her coffee house. Her coffee house was actually a scent when I first got it. The very first scent that I got from her that had coffee house, I was like, ooh, I don't think I like it. But by the second time I warmed it, or the third time I warmed it, I was like, I was hooked. So much so that when I do customs with her, if I want a coffee scent, I make sure to add coffee house. It throws like crazy. It is super strong. I love her coffee house. Let's see. This was a souffle of Manish. This one's from 8/27/21, it says. Sage, bergamot, leather, driftwood, and rosemary mint. I love her Manish. And I know I have several more of this one. That's how much I liked it. So I have quite a few more that you're probably going to see in other videos because I need to get through it. Then this one was another one that, this one says poured 4/15/21. And this was one that I had several souffles. I think I might have put 4 souffles in here. What I did was I took a bag that I usually use for loaves and I put a sticker on each side of Clean Shave, which is barbershop and rosemary mint. And I think I had chopped up 4 souffles and put them in here. And Clean Shave is very, very good. I used it in the half bath. I used it in the mud room. I used it. There wasn't too much left in here when I finished this one, but I may still have Clean Shave. I'll have to look, so I'm not going to buy any more until I know how much I have of it. I'm trying to keep a handle on how much I have. This, speaking of, when I was talking about the coffee house, this was a custom that I did with her, and I named it Daybreak, and it had coffee house, warm vanilla sugar, and, well, it says Palo Sugar, but it was Palo Santo. So, as you can see, coffee house I added to a custom from her, and I've already finished it, and this one actually was from May, but I chopped it up, and once I chopped it and started using it, I just went crazy with it. Speaking of a coffee scent, I think I posted this maybe on like Instagram and Facebook or something. I had gone to eat lunch with my husband, and at the place we went to eat, for lack of a better description, it it was kind of like a Cracker Barrel in the sense that you had a place to eat, and then there was like a little gift shop area, right? It didn't look like a Cracker Barrel, but anyways, in that place they had some wax melts, and you know, if I see wax melts, I'm gonna go look, right? I gotta check it out. So I got probably 5 or 6 different ones, and I picked up this one. I only got one, unfortunately, and it's Campfire Coffee. And I liked it. And you can see, it says, let's see, 5.25 ounces. You get 6 cubes, but these cubes are huge. Like, I think I used 1 cube in, let's say, a Yankee Candle warmer because I felt like 2 would be too many. So I think on the time that I did it in the dining room, I probably did 1.5 in the Yankee, and then in the Vino and the Vendor warmer, I took 1 and I cut it in half and put half in each. But it did really well. I think I said that at about hour 4, it really kind of took a dive on throw. And my husband's like, are you sure? Maybe you just went nose blind or whatever. I was like, no, like I would walk out of the room. I'd come back. I could still smell it. I think I smelled it for maybe somewhere between 6 and 7 hours. But like I said, from hour 4 to the end, it was very light. Like I knew it was there, and it was almost like a background scent at that point. But it was really good. I enjoyed the scent. I thought it was really, really nice. I would probably pick up another one because I thought it was that good. But I need to work through some of my coffee stuff first. All right, and then the last one is Carla from K Scented Melts. And I went through a sample that she had sent me in one of my latest orders, and that was a scent High Tide. And it was 2 little pieces, and but they were big enough that it was good for the Yankee Candle warmer in the bathroom, and did really well. It was a very good scent, not like a favorite for me, but definitely performed well. It was strong. I liked the scent. I'd probably get it again, but she's got so many others, and I like doing customs that maybe not. I don't know, but I thought it was good. This one I love from her. I did Black Sea. And I know I've said that a lot of times I like to keep a lot of her scents because I like to use them for sniffing to see if I want to do blends with that. Well, I've used Black Sea before, and I probably have at least 1 more clamshell of Black Sea. So I was like, okay, I could use this one. This one is someone's custom, so it had been put into like the normal category of scents. So I didn't want to mix it with anything, so I decided to just do it by itself. It's Lumberjack Contest. I think it was one that was picked last fall to be in the fall collection, if I remember correctly. Lumberjack Contest is leaves, autumn flannel, and palo santo. And it does very well. It's a great scent. Does really, really well. And then these, I was kind of like, I tested them in blends. I've used them in blends, and I only had, like, once I use it in a blend to kind of test it, then I don't have that many cubes left, right? So I got to the point where I didn't hardly have any. In fact, I got to the point where I had one blackberry Bordeaux. I had 1 left of this, and I had 2 left of black amber lavender. So I was like, what do? I have 1 of one and 2 of the other. So this room has 3 warmers. So I put 1 cube of black amber lavender in 2 of the warmers. I think the end ones, like the Marrakesh and the God is Great. And then in the, I think it's called Trust in Him, I used the blackberry Bordeaux. Every time I walked into this room, it smelled fantastic. I thought black amber lavender and blackberry Bordeaux were wonderful. Absolutely wonderful together. I mean, I know that they're good scents, and they've mixed well with other things, but I don't know. I didn't necessarily think off the top of my head that these 2 would smell good together. Never even attempted to, sniff them together to see if they would. I just happened to put them in here thinking, well, I need to use up these last 3 pieces. And Blackberry Bordeaux with Black Amber Lavender smell great together. So there you go. There's a mix for you. That's it for the vendor wax that I got through. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. Like I said, I have been trying to keep on top of it. As soon as I don't smell it, it's time to change it and move to the next scent. I did put a dent in my stuff. I gave some scents to my daughter-in-law, ones that were, I'm not going to say what vendor, but some bakery ones that I felt like, they're, I was blending them with other things, but I was like, you know what? She loves bakery. I'm going to give them to her. So I gave some to her. I've put some on the side for my sister, some on the side for my nephews that I'm going to be sending to them as soon as it gets cool enough to ship anything around here. And I am just moving through what I have so that I can get to a point where I feel comfortable with how much I have with putting it away in this room. It's like, oh gosh. Anyways, I'm sure some of you can relate, whether or not you have as much or not, I don't know, but you can relate to that feeling of it's taking up too much room in my room. So anyways, I hope that you're enjoying your day. I hope that you have a great weekend. I'm not really sure when you're watching this, but whenever, I hope that you're happy, that I would say that life is treating you well. I mean, I do hope that, but we all know that it doesn't always, and we just have to keep trudging along. We're on a path, and we have to enjoy that journey, right? So until next time, enjoy your scents, enjoy your day, and enjoy your journey. Talk to you later. Bye.